செய்திக் கதம்பம்.
இன்றைய செய்தி கதம்பத்தில் பீகார் மாநில தின விழா மற்றும் மத்திய அரசின் சமூக வலைதள பதிவுகள் ஆகியவை இடம்பெறுகின்றன. பீகார் மாநிலம் உருவான தின விழா நேற்று சென்னை ஆளுநர் மாளிகையில் நடைபெற்றது. இந்நிகழ்ச்சியில் கலந்து கொண்டு உரையாற்றினார் தமிழக ஆளுநர் திரு ஆர் என் ரவி. அவர் பேசுகையில்,
Friends, before the British came, we didn't have states, we didn't have provinces. We had our own system, which was essentially village centric, and then we had a lot of kings ruling here and there. But when the British came, they formed presidencies, and subsequently they created provinces for administrative convenience. So initially they had formed three: Bengal, Madras, Bombay. And this Bengal presidency, for the purpose of better revenue collection, they separated Bihar and Odisha, because they was all part of Bengal presidency, on 22nd of March 1912. And later Odisha separated. So this day, since then, is Bihar, creation of Bihar Day. This day has been celebrated by each statehood day traditionally has been celebrated by the respective states. And how do they celebrate? Every state will declare a holiday. Everyone, students are happy, employees are happy, going home perfectly, no need. And government will organize one or two events here and there, symbolic event, some cultural program, they will do that. But for the last a few years, in fact, the Prime Minister Modi, he changed the profile. He said that, look, a statehood day of a particular state is not just a function of that state or that state. It is not essentially a celebration of the statehood. It is a celebration of the people and culture of that place. And unfortunately, after independence, when we began more and more, created more and more states, at the time of independence we had 15 states. Now we have 28 and about 7 union territories. Each state began inward looking, just a state. People of one state, they know very little about others. People of other state, they know general knowledge is fine, that you have so many states and all that, but they don't know much about the people of that state, culture of that state. It's very important to know the people and culture, because that is what made this country Bharat. And it is important that a statehood day of each state is celebrated all over the country, where we celebrate the culture and people of that state. Culture we celebrate primarily because it is this that made this country Bharat. Theme is Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Bharat cannot be less than or more than one. Bharat will be only one. And when we say Bharat, unfortunately, through our education system, we have not been introduced much about what is Bharat. We often confuse it with India, that okay, it is a political map and all. No. In fact, there is no country in the world, which is as unique as Bharat, because other countries were created by the rulers, by the armies, by the powerful people. They captured an area, established a control, and a country was born. At no point of time in history, Bharat was ruled by any one king. It has multiple kings, multiple kingdoms, and yet there was one Bharat which has a reference since thousands and thousands of years ago, because the people were one. In the whole Bharat, though Bharat was, you can say that there were numerous kings and kingdoms, all over Bharat, within each of these kingdoms, there were institutions, there were places which did not belong to that king, it belonged to the whole Bharat. Take the case of Rameshwaram. For thousands and thousands of years, it did not belong to the king of Ramanathapuram. Setupati was not the owner of it. He was the guardian caretaker of it. All the places, take Somnath, take Kashi. Kashi did not belong to Kashi Naresh. He couldn't say. Prayagraj, where more than 66 crore people went and took bath. And they have been doing it for last long time. It's not that, thousands of years. Local king of Prayagraj could not say that, no, this is my area and I will start taxing the people, those who come. No, you cannot. Kamakhya, Kamarup, it didn't belong to the king of Kamarup. It belonged to the whole Bharat. Now, this aspect of it is not adequately understood by our people. What is Bharat? We often misunderstand, misconstrue it, a political state of India. No. India as a political state was created on 15th of August 1947. But Bharat has been there for thousands and thousands of years, since the time of the seed of which was laid by the Vedic rishis during the Vedic period. And by all estimation, now scientifically established, that the Rig Vedic period was at least 7,000 years before. Because Mahabharata happened about 3,100 years before the Common Era, and Rig Veda appeared at least 2,000 years before that, maybe earlier than that, but at least 2,000 years. And how was this Bharat born? It is important for us to appreciate it, the uniqueness of it, the beauty of it, the inherent strength of it. Bharat, as Rig Veda tells about Bharat, is a Rashtra. It is not just a political state, it is a Rashtra. And what is Rashtra? It is defined. It tells, Rig Veda tells, Rashtra is not. There is no equivalent word of Rashtra in any language. Nation is not a Rashtra. Nation is a very poor definition. In fact, those of you who have studied political science, nation is an European construct which they created during the colonial period. And their master grammar of politics by Harold Laski, which is supposed to be the basic document. You read the chapter on nation, the man is laboring hard to define what is nation. It was not Rashtra. Bharat was a Rashtra. So this Rashtra has been created by rishis. And what was the soul? What was the core point? The Vedic knowledge that we are all one family, Ore Kutumbam. We are all Yadu Mure, Yavarum Kelir, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This was the core.
மத்திய அரசின் சமூக வலைதள பதிவுகள். மரம் நட்டு வளர்ப்பதன் மூலம் பூமியை பசுமையானதாகவும் வளமானதாகவும் மாற்ற முடியும் என்று மத்திய வேளாண் துறை அமைச்சர் திரு சிவராஜ் சிங் சௌஹான் வெளியிட்டுள்ள சமூக வலைதள பதிவில் தெரிவித்துள்ளார். மகாத்மா காந்தியடிகளின் வாழ்க்கை மற்றும் போதனைகள் எதிர்கால தலைமுறையினருக்கு தொடர்ந்து ஊக்கமளிப்பதாக உள்ளதாக வெளியுறவு அமைச்சர் திரு ஜெய்சங்கர் தமது சமூக வலைதள பதிவில் தெரிவித்துள்ளார். உடல் நலனை பேணுவதன் மூலம் மனநலனை காக்க முடியும் என்றும் இதற்கு முறையான உடற்பயிற்சி மேற்கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்றும் சுகாதாரத்துறை வெளியிட்டுள்ள சமூக வலைதள பதிவில் தெரிவிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. பிரதமர் திரு நரேந்திர மோடி வழிகாட்டுதலின்படி புதுப்பிக்கத்தக்க எரிசக்தி துறையில் புதிய வேலைவாய்ப்புகள், முதலீடுகள் ஈர்ப்பு போன்ற சாதனைகள் சாத்தியமானதாக மத்திய அமைச்சர் திரு பிரஹ்லாத் ஜோஷி வெளியிட்டுள்ள சமூக வலைதள பதிவில் கூறியுள்ளார்.
இத்துடன் இன்றைய செய்திக் கதம்பம் நிறைவு பெறுகிறது.